I've said before that Sylveon is the main card that will power this meta. I have a feeling this deck isn't peak Sylveon, but this is probably the best Sylveon deck that is being played right now. This deck I already love because it has Greninja. I love playing any solid deck with Greninja, because you get to abuse all Pokemon on the board with Greninja and Cyrus, giving you the most optimal path to victory each time. With this deck, you have to be very flexible with your attackers because you are playing 2 energies. So if you're consistently getting water energies, you might have to attack with 2 Greninjas or basically sacrifice 1 Eevee and attack with the Greninja. Then hopefully end off with Tina. Also, managing broken space Bellow is key. Overall, getting into your evolutions with this deck shouldn't be a problem because of the amount of draw power you get. So the trick will be mastering who to poke with Greninja, and your order of attackers will be the biggest skill set you need. Anyway, format for these videos will be a bit different because I wanted to play them at 150 speed, so I muted my audio. Then I decided to just go with the old style, but I didn't unmute my audio. So I'm just going to be playing these games at 150 speed and then commenting over it. Do let me know if you prefer me going at 150 speed and commenting, or you prefer the previous style. Anyway, let's get into some games so I can show you the deck. Okay, I think in this position we kind of start with Eevee, because I think Eevee is kind of easier to, we didn't know we were going to get a second Froakie, but it's easier to sacrifice Eevee. And if we do evolve, we can kind of possibly avoid dying to a Sylveon. But it also depends on the flip here. Okay, so that's not great. Okay, we do draw a cape, so we should be able to survive this turn. And I mean, previously our hand was kind of like screwed. If we did not evolve and draw the 2 cards, we would be quite far behind anyway. So I think, well, you have to take that risk of evolving. So we do survive this turn, most likely, short of Guzma, which I think most Sylveon Rampardos decks don't play Guzma. That Mars was fine. It helped us into Greninja, which is awesome. And we draw 2 with research. Yeah, so we research first and then see what we get. So I think in this spot, the goal was kind of just to hopefully get into double Greninjas. And so, I mean, we know that Sylveon is probably going down the next turn. So I think double Greninjas would kind of help us more. I mean, trying to get into double Greninjas would help us more, especially with the second Sylveon. I think that the Psychic Energy would have been better on Sylveon, on the bench Sylveon, instead of Greninja, because, I mean, that's it. Basically Sylveon has more life, right? So the chances of it surviving is higher. But yeah, I mean, I think, again, it's fine in this case, at least either way. So here we're kind of hoping for no Rampardos, right? And the good part is we get this second fossil, the first fossil. So at least, you know, we know that there only can be 1 Rampardos at most, which is still detrimental for us here. But I mean, there's not much we could have done differently, I think, to get to this point. So I think in this case, if we can, Yeah, I gave the Sylveon because there's less likelihood of it dying, and kind of doesn't matter for us in terms of even if we gave the Greninja, because we already 2 points down. Okay, your opponent conceded, so that's good. Okay, we are going against a dark type, probably Guzzlord in this case. Yeah, I decided not to use the researcher because we do have the full line. We definitely evolve with Rare Candy and Greninja, so I think using the researcher would be risky. If we do get carded, it's fine in that we at least still have our 2 researchers to get into. And I mean, there's a lower likelihood of getting carded with 4 cards. If we did have like 5 cards, dead cards, yeah, I think we would get carded there. So at least we do evolve into the 1 Greninja now. And there's a chance to get into a 2nd Greninja early, which is quite possible with this deck, because we could draw, I mean, we could, you know, draw cards so fast. I think I didn't use the research here because we can't exactly attack with Eevee right now, so I did not want to, you know, I wanted to give it the best shot in the next turn, hopefully to not get carded. Okay, well, we got masked. To not get carded and, you know, go for the Sylveon. If we did evolve there, I mean, we did draw the Sylveon and didn't evolve there, we would have lost quite a bit of, like, at least 5 cards, I think. So I think at this point, we don't have Sylveon, we don't really have a choice. I'm not sure if I'm going to retreat here. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to retreat. I don't want to give them the free point. I don't want the Eevee to go down on my turn and then they attack some, like, either Greninja or a fresh Eevee the next turn, which I think if they do have another Nihilego, yeah, okay, there we go. Eevee goes down straight away because it does 30 plus 30 poison, so at least, you know, we kind of bought ourselves a turn there, which right now we need the turn because we need to kind of survive to get, yeah, to get our Tina running. So from this point on, we're kind of like in a we're kind of screwed, right? Okay, at least we have 2 Greninjas, which is awesome. On the next turn, because we just put the Froakie down. But we're kind of just trying to survive to Broken Space Bellow as much as we can to get Tina up and running. And already, I mean, it's not a good matchup for us because Tina's weak to the Dark type. So we are going to have to be very careful with our plays, and we do need Cyrus here. If we have Cyrus, we are in a sweet spot. Okay, there we go. So I'm not sure if this Greninja goes down. I think I have to let the Greninja go down because we do need to just Cyrus on the next turn. Yeah, I think I misplayed this this cape because I forgot to factor in that the poison will still kill me after I'm going to take 30 poison plus, yeah, I forgot about the calculating the poison at the end of that turn. So either way, the cape would have been better definitely on Tina, but thankfully we are in a spot where once we take, okay, so the Cyrus was clutch because once we take the Guzzlord out, we take any of the other Pokemons out as well on the next turn. So yeah, we're kind of in a dicey situation because if they do have Mars, sorry, not Mars, but Cyrus, we are screwed because the Eevee on the bench only has 10 health, and they have 2 points. So if we win here, we got lucky as well. I mean, considering we only have one card, um, it's nice that they don't have Cyrus. Okay, yeah, that's the only play because we do get Sabrina here. Oh wait, you don't have Sabrina, but we do get the other Cyrus. It's GG. So we do draw Cyrus here. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's GG. We just pull up anything. We don't even have to water Shuriken. And yeah, that's GG. Okay, we don't have a choice, so we start with Eevee this round, which is not bad. I think the worst start in general is going with Tina. But again, I think with this deck, you generally don't start with Tina because you only have one in hand. So the odds are not likely. If you do, usually you just attack with Tina and work around it. Okay, it looks like Dark Tina. So I usually don't like to research in this spot, but I think our hand is so dead that we do need the best chance of getting out of it. A Mars red card would be painful here. But again, I think it might be good too because our hand's kind of bricked. Okay, so yeah, we dodged that, that's nice. And we get into double, like both evolutions, which is awesome. Puts us in a really nice spot. And we can attack with Sylveon this turn. So yeah, at this point I'm not sure if I want to Cyrus because I don't want to take the poison damage. So what I did was, yeah, I took out the one pointer. So now we just need to take out any of the EXs and we win the game. And on top of that, if we do hit, because he's going to put out the poison, yeah, the poison Darkrai, and even if we do hit this, we only get 10 poison damage per turn, which is, you know, not as bad as 20 a turn. So I think I do decide to hit this because even if I do draw the Cyrus here, I think it becomes risky to kind of Cyrus something right now that we can't kill. So yeah, that was I'd rather injure this, like do damage to this Darkrai with the poison dart and Cyrus it later to take the kill. I think this game we're not going to use Tina because we do have double Greninjas, which means we do 40 plus 70 damage from Sylveon, which is 110 damage, which is not too bad, right? And I put the cape down because I didn't want to get masked or red card and lose my Cyrus. So just kind of getting rid of my hand. So at this point, the opponent has to has to retreat this Darkrai no matter what. And they could take out Sylveon, but that's why I do have energy on the Greninja, which allows me to do 80 damage to... I think I give up the Greninja, the one on the right. Yeah. So I could still attack with Sylveon the next turn, which is fine. So I do 90 damage. And I know that he can't heal for... I think the maximum heals he could do is 70, which is 2 potions and 1 PCL. Which I mean, I was kind of betting that, you know, I don't think those are the 3 cards in his hand. So yeah, okay, he conceded because it's pretty much GG. And I think at that point we would have like a handful of cards in the deck. So getting to Cyrus, even if we did not have it, was pretty high. Okay, we start with Greninja here because we basically have no choice. At this moment it feels like it's going to be a sacrifice. Basically, yeah, I think I'm just searching to kind of, yeah, when we get Sylveon. Thank you, Pokecom. Basically to clear my hand because I think a mask would kind of be Well, it might actually be good here. Us getting Mars, because it's essentially an Iono. Okay, nice. We do get an Eevee, which... I mean, it looks like Froakie is going down. Okay, the Mars here is awesome because we do get at least 3 cards out. I think at this point I'm just trying to tank. Tank the shot and not die. Oh, okay, wait, okay, I think my point here was why I did that is because I only have water energies. So I know that even if I evolve into Sylveon this turn, I wouldn't be able to attack. But if I get into Greninja, which I did thankfully, there is a chance I can attack on next turn. Although it's still not looking great right now because yeah, even if I attack with Greninja, I wouldn't have been able to kill Sylveon, and Sylveon would one-shot me. So we were very, very lucky there that they did not have. I think partly because of the mask, they did not have a supporter card, and that was kind of what I was banking on. So in this case, yeah, against Sylveon can't attack even if I evolve it. So I think the best bet was to I think I made a mistake. I made a misplay here because I wanted to I mean what I did was I Cyrus the Rampardos out, but I did not do the 80 damage to it. I went and split my damage, I think. Let's see. Yeah, so I made this misplay, I remember. And yeah. So I mean I should have taken out the Rampardos here. But it worked out because he did not have Rampardos, thankfully. So right now I think I'm still not sure if yeah, I should have done that because that means I think basically what I figured was okay, yeah, so what I figured that I could have done is do this 60 damage and so value will be low. The second misplay I actually made here was I put the energy on the Froakie. I should have put the energy on the Sylveon because I know that my next energy was Psychic. But I was kind of banking on because our cards draw so fast, we will most likely get into Rare Candy and then the Greninja. So I mean, double misplay, but because I think I was so confident in a way of how fast that goes that I would have gotten my Rare Candy in that round. But yeah, the right play would have been definitely to put it on the Sylveon there. Okay, again, no choice. We start with Greninja, which is fine. Either Greninja or Eevee is not too bad to start with. Okay, we draw the Tina here, which is nice because we do get to use Broken Space Bellow. And we have a nice hand in that we get into Greninja the next turn. So we at least do 20 damage regardless of what energy we have, which is Psychic in this case. So Katana is kind of like annoying, but thankfully we do have the evolution so we can survive 3 hits in total. So definitely going to evolve here. I think I might Pokecom this Greninja away in hopes of getting a Sylveon. Oh well, maybe an Eevee is not too bad either. Okay, yeah, so we get the Eevee. Not what we wanted, but it's still better than like a second Greninja in hand. I think yeah, at this point, I think I just go for like full steam with the Tina. And so that means if for some reason, I mean, they won't be able to take out Greninja this turn, but at least I can retreat it the next turn and start attacking. Wait, can I? No, I can't retreat it, but I can kind of retreat it for safety this turn, and then pump the Tina. So yeah, the draw doesn't really do much for me, but I'm able to still poke at this what's that? The Buzzwole at the back. Yeah, I think I retreat this. So if they do have a Cyrus, at least we do burn this Cyrus, and Eevee should not be able taken out this turn. Yeah, so at least we burn one Cyrus from them. So the hope is, oh yeah, and the Cyrus means that he won't have what's that? He won't have an Erica. He won't be able to Erica this turn. So we do get to Cyrus the Buzzwole out, which it's okay. I think in this case I decided not to do the Buzzwole because I think I'd rather the 1 point in the Katana. And I was hoping, okay, I was hoping to right here. I was hoping to get into a cape, because that would, yeah. So nice, we get the cape, and the hope was to survive a Buzzwole with red, right? Or if they had Guzma, it'll be fine because they won't be able to take out Tina in this turn at least. Yeah, the deck was so fast. I think we only have like, okay, well, now we only had a few cards. I think 2 cards left in the deck at that point. So I was also, yeah, it's so fast that the good part is we can just draw into the Cyrus, and even if we got masked. So yeah, the back Buzzwole with the cape still wasn't good enough because we do 130 to it. I think that's pretty much GG because we just need to Cyrus actually. Yeah, and that's GG. Okay, we don't have a choice again, but it's awesome we start with Rare Candy and Greninja, so we're gonna have to try to not get masked by the next turn at least. Okay, yeah, generally if I research that, it's because I think I do need to get into Tina as best as I can, and I will risk it kind of like I'll risk getting it even though I could get masked or red carded the next turn. So here I just pump Broken Space Battle because I think the 10 damage is not gonna help me much. Okay, it's unfortunate that we got 40 damage on us, but I wonder if I retreat here actually, because okay, no, yeah, I don't need retreat. I just take out this type now in the active. I think I'm asked here just, you know, to hopefully that they don't get into a Savali at the back, which wouldn't affect us too much in terms of we won't get, Greninja will survive, but we are hoping to just take the second type now as type now and not a Savali. But yeah, GG. Okay, I started with Eevee because I think I wanted to tank, or hopefully, yeah, okay. I think generally I would like to like attack with Eevee if I can and just leave well, Sylveon if I can, and just leave Greninja on the bench as much as possible. So I think that's why I put the Eevee out first. Sometimes if it's water like a fire deck and I have Greninja, it feels nice, right, to kind of get the damage. But I think nowadays you either start face against Sylveon type now or an Eevee, so that water damage is not going to get through anyway. That water weakness, but yeah. So we got carded or masked, and I mean we did draw nice from there. We can evolve here, I think. Wait, can we? Yeah, I think we can evolve here. So I was hoping to get a Tina here, I think. Or maybe, oh no, get the Sylveon here. Yeah, I was hoping to get the Sylveon, so we accelerate even more from those cards. And again, I think the hope is kind of to get, yeah. Yeah, I attack because I mean the chance is that we take this Leafeon out the next turn. I don't think this deck, I mean the most they have is an Eevee bag, which are 2 Eevee bags. So they will need, I don't think they run other heals. We'll see. Okay, so I did not want to get, because I know that I take 70 damage here at most. The back Flareon did not have energy, so I know that I can't get taken out. So I was like, I didn't want to give the life. I didn't want to give a point, so I was just gonna, let them take some life here. But I believe I do retreat and attack with Sylveon here. The cape is nice, so it kind of not guarantees but reduces the chance of us getting one-shotted by the Flareon at the back. So here we definitely have to take out the Leafeon because it's kind of a threat right now. The Flareon's going to be a threat next turn because it can attack. But I think they need so 2 bags will be plus 20 and a red will be plus 40. So they could take us out here, but I think they would need the 2 bags and 1 red, which I think it's unlikely, especially if the cards they have. Yeah, so they can't play red now. The most is 2 bags, which we know that the Sylveon's gonna survive. And I mean, the advantage of us right now is that we know that Greninja can do at least 80 if not 100 damage. So the hope is that we get a water energy on the next turn to kind of follow up. So water energy, yeah, so that's great. So we know, I think at this point we have 2 attackers that can do at least 70 or 80 or 100 damage in this case, but if not 80. So I'm just gonna put the energy on the Greninja here because Tina's not going to do any attacking in this game. So at this point he has to retreat. He does not have a choice. If he attacks, it's pretty much GG. If this Flareon attacks, at least it's pretty much GG. So he has no choice. And with Water Shuriken and no heals on the Flareon at the back, we win the game. Yeah, so it's kind of weird that they play the Leaf Cape here because it's a multi-colored deck, and I mean he's essentially running fire, right? So I think that the right play in the deck would have been to put the Giant's Cape instead of the Leaf Cape. I know it's 10 points difference, but that's more use case for the Leaf Cape there. It could have saved him there at least for 1 more turn. Right, we go first, which is not great, but it's not too bad, I guess, with this deck, because if we draw a Greninja here, we do evolve first. Okay, we do. Sylveon, so we would still want to get, in this spot you generally want to get into Tina. So yeah, Greninja is not great. And okay, I mean, it's not too bad going into 2 Greninjas here, especially with Vatina in the front line, because we know that we do get at least 2 more turns, or maybe, yeah, 2 more turns of non-attacking Tina. And it does mean also we can sacrifice or like attack with 1 Greninja and at least get 1 attack off, and possibly get into the second Greninja from the bench early on as well. Okay, so it's a mirror matchup, which kind of sucks. And it was fortunate for the opponent that he started with the multiple psychic energies so that Tina powers up as fast as it could power up. So we're kind of in a bad spot really, and we don't have our Tina. But I think not having Tina isn't the worst thing. It's not great, but isn't the worst thing. Yeah, so now I'm thinking whether I want to evolve the bench or the active. I think I evolved the bench because I figured I could do 30 damage this turn instead of just 20 if I evolve the active one. And it's a bit more flexible in terms of I can decide on my next turn if I want to sacrifice the Greninja, like do the damage and let Greninja die from there. So in this case I have a bit more options at least. So yeah, opponent gets into his Greninja as well, so they're very ahead as you can see. We don't have Tina, we don't have a Sylveon, so we didn't even draw extra cards yet, and it's kind of dicey because the next turn Giratina attacks. So it's quite smart he's going for the Eevee at the back, because the likelihood is we're going to evolve it into a Sylveon and it's an EX, so he'll get 2 points if he has Cyrus. So here I don't think I have a choice. I have to evolve because I need to hopefully draw into something better than what we have now. I think even a second Greninja would be helpful, but I don't know if we get there. So I think at this point, Tina becomes a bit... Okay, and it sucks now that we have 2 water energies. So I think Tina becomes a bit pointless at this stage, because, I mean, their Tina's obviously ready to attack, right? So I feel that Tina kind of becomes pointless to attack. I'm not sure if I put it down. I don't think I do. I think I put the Eevee down. It gives me more draw options, plus... because I should get an Eevee soon, I mean the Sylveon soon. I do get a bit more draw options to hopefully get into double. So the goal, even though he could have Cyrus, I have to play that he does not. So I'm hoping to get into double, into to this Greninja and hope that he doesn't take out the Sylveon first. So on the next turn, I think I don't get... Okay, on the next turn, if Tina attacks, okay, we know that this deck does not play heals, at least for most of us. So I guess if he has a cape, then we're kind of screwed. But if he doesn't heal, doesn't have a cape, we do take out this Tina on the next turn with Greninja. So I think thankfully he does not have a Cyrus, if not he would have used it by now. And if he does not have the Cyrus, we are in a good... I mean, well, not good spot, I mean, but at least in a better spot, because Tina will be taken out. Okay, so he does have a Cyrus. Takes out the Sylveon, but short of the cape, we take out this Tina. Okay, nice. So we do get a rare candy. So the good part is we know that we won't be taken out. The Greninja would not die the next round. Okay, so we get the Greninja here, which is sick because now we do 40 damage before we even attack. Which I believe okay, one of the shurikens definitely goes on the Tina, the other one goes to the Froakie at the back. So we could even just double shuriken it on the next turn if it does not evolve. So yeah, I keep the Greninja to kind of like just make sure my hand is, you know, reduced to a massable size. Basically, there's no reason to mass me now. He could, but even if he does, it's not too detrimental to my to what I had. And the likelihood. So yeah, we're kind of forcing him to have a Cyrus here to take out our Eevee on the bench. Okay, so unfortunately he evolved, but fortunately we deal 100 damage with a Cyrus. And basically Greninja's 80 damage, right? Plus the second Greninja's Shuriken. So we deal 100 damage. So pretty much if he just attacks here, yeah, it's GG. Because we just Cyrus the Greninja at the back, and well, we have double Cyrus, so we were fine. Yeah, so the double shuriken, Cyrus it out and deal the 60 damage, and that's GG. Okay, we start Greninja and we go first. Not a bad starting hand because we do get the Poké Ball, so we probably won't get masked or red card from here. And we draw the Tina, so Tina is always good to start with the Tina, especially on the first turn because you get the free energy from Broken Space Bellow. It's looking good because we do evolve Sylveon the next turn. It's not looking good, and Greninja's probably going down. Yeah, Pokécom doesn't make sense here because we don't need anything. We have Greninja, we just need rare candy. I'm not sure if I actually use the cape on Greninja because it's not a bad idea because if I don't. So it's not a bad idea because if they do pull another type now, they can just attack with a type now and not evolve into Savali. But thankfully here he evolves into Savali, which means that if we do take it out, at least we take out 2 energies and a Savali, right? Instead of just a type now. So using a cape there would have been fine, but I think I was more thinking about Tina here because the thing is, if Tina does not have the cape, and I kill the Savali, if he gets into Rampardos, I do just die because I don't have enough health. So in this case, I'm kind of forcing him to at least have what would he need? I guess he would definitely Guzma would be good, but I think, yeah, even a Giovanni won't do it here. He needs a red, which I think this deck doesn't play red. Okay, yeah, so GG. He didn't even have Rampardos.